This slideshow is over the Child Health Assessment Interaction Theory by Catherine E. Bernard, put together by Christy Neely. Catherine was born in Omaha, Nebraska. She wanted to be a nurse since she was in the first grade. Her first nursing job was at the age of 16. After receiving her master's degree, she was recruited to Washington University. She earned her PhD in '72. Her discovery included rocking incubators and rocking itself that aided in infant weight and motor and sensory development. Catherine was instrumental in the development and publication of 0 to 3. She was the Associate Dean of the nursing school until 1990s. She established the Center of Infant Mental Health and Development in 2001. Her research provided foundation for INCAST, and she retired in 2006. Her parent-child interaction theory was a middle-range theory. It is initially discovered that behaviors of both children and parents identify children at risk. Bernard's research expanded to include the child's environmental factors that were necessary for a child's well-being, physically and mentally. Positive interactions with parents, along with healthy and safe living quarters, as in their environment, were essential for development for the child. For example, Bernard found that rocking motions increased the child's eating habits and motor sensory functions. Her major concept for person was that her theory was related to understanding the parent-child interaction. Her theory incorporated the use of child's physical stimuli. Her major concept on environment was that people, places, objects, and sounds and light all brought together the environment and which aided in the child's development. Her major concept on health was that the behavior of the parent, the behavior of the child, the parent-child interaction, the environment, and the stimuli all were related to that child's health, whether it be physical or mental. Her major concept for nursing is that in order to acquire the person, they moved on to the health, which was also related to the environment, which would bring forth the nursing that went in all different directions. Her unique concepts were, again, the rocking motions that help facilitate the motor and sensory functions and weight gain. And her second one was supporting women who had multiple risk factors for poor pregnancy outcomes. One of the assumptions was that in the beginning, Bernard was only doing research with infants and children with disabilities, but then developed into the 0 to 3 project of all infants and children, regardless of disabilities. It was assumed that if an infant was wasn't growing, it must have been because of disability. Propositions. The theory suggested that the dynamics of each member of the family affected the parent-infant system. So everyone in the family or anyone who was in the household or environment regularly would make an impact on that. Limitations were PMHhealth.com states that Dr. Bernard's theory is population specific. So it didn't matter what type of population it was, what type of income they were related to, what type of heritage they had, what type of culture they had. These all were related to each other. Evaluation. For the past, Dr. Bernard stated she never intended to create a nursing theory. Her education experience brought her to the theory. For present, the theory continues to be introduced to nurses and doctors. For the future, nursing is an evolving door of nonstop changing and learning, including with children and infants. Another evaluation for past is that Dr. Bernard's theory helped teach nurses and doctors that not only was the mother, but the patient as well was the baby. In present, Dr. Bernard's theory of 0 to 3 and NCAST are still implemented in practice today, and rocking chairs are staples in almost all nurseries. For the future, the best aspect of this theory is that it is set up in a manner that future nurses can understand and build from. Dr. Bernard's theory would have never come to light without her research, as well as others' research that helped her apply her own theories. Present nurses continue to relate and utilize Dr. Bernard's theory to further their own. And in the future, not only does this theory help with current research and bedside practice, but future nurses will continue to build these theories and hopefully find more theories that benefit the patients. Application. On the medical surgical floor, nurses can have a wide array of ages for patients. It is always best to assess the family dynamics, as in the parent-infant interaction system, for any emotional or developmental delays that could be eliminated by appropriate interactions in an environment. On the medical surgical floor, this theory serves as a foundation for new nurses by laying a framework to apply the theory and build upon it and use those assessment factors. These references were Alligood, Knowledge for Practice, and Psych Mental Hub. And of course, Alligood was the main source.